What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Median XL Runeword guide. So all I'm really doing in this video right now is I'm going to be going over the rune words for bows. We already did weapons. If you are interested in the rune words for weapons, just go back up a little bit and you will find it. It should be in this playlist. Now, if you are interested in this, let's go ahead and get it started. And I'm primarily doing this because when I played Median XL, I really wish that somebody else would have done this and then I could just listen to it while I was out there working or something like that, or just being bored on a day because I'm trying to get better at the game. Yada yada, nothing else to explain there. That's why we're doing this. So the first rune word is going to be Banshee. All you need to make this rune word is an Eth rune. It's going to give you a plus 1% chance to cast a level 7 Abyss on striking. Obviously, it's not very good. 20% attack speed, 5% movement speed, 0.25 to maximum damage. It adds 3 to 7 cold damage. Also, you will receive 18 to 35 enhanced damage, 5% to cold spell damage, cold absorb 5%, and 10% to gold find. So I think it goes without saying that you can tell this is a very low level rune word. It's pretty good for level 15, I guess. I mean, it's better than anything else you're probably going to find unless you happen to find some really good uniques or something like that. But otherwise, I suppose you can make this because you're just starting the game. And if you've ever played Median XL, you already know that you're going to be level 15 for like 3 minutes. And you'll probably be level 35 in 30 minutes to be 100% with you. So let's just continue. So the next rune word we're going to talk about is a rune word called Shockwave. For this, all that you will need is an Ith rune and a Shell rune. Now, it's going to give you 50% chance to cast level 14 Punisher on kill, 15% bonus to poison spill duration. It's going to give you 11 to 15 to maximum damage, 58 to 72 enhanced damage, 10% to poison spell damage, 3 to 5% chance of crushing blow, slow target 11 to 15%, 21 to 40 to dexterity, and 21 to 40 to energy. So that was Shockwave. It's not a very bad rune word at all, but you're going to be able to do way better, especially if you keep playing into the upper levels of Median XL. So up next, we have Blitzen. It reminds me of the 90s, back when everything had a Z on it. So this one, all that you need is an Ort rune, a Foul rune. That's it. You're going to get up to level 100, 2 to 4 lightning damage per character level. What that means is up until level 100, because if you didn't know, you can get up to level 150 in Median XL. So it's actually pretty cool. But for up to level 100, you get 2 to 4 lightning damage per level. And then after that, you're going to get 6 to 12 lightning damage per level. So anything above 100, you will get 6 to 12 as opposed to the 2 to 4. So it does start to stack up quite a bit after a while. You're also going to get 2% chance to cast level 3 Life Spark on striking, 10% attack speed, negative 15 to enemy lightning resistances. You're going to get 6 to 9 to Tantrum. You're going to get 5% to Dexterity. Hello, kitty. You're also going to get lightning resistance of plus 30 and 20 to 40 life after each kill. So this is, again, a pretty good rune word. So if you like using bows and you're into bows, maybe you can make that one too. Up next is going to be Hive. To make this rune word, you need a Burr, and an Ist rune, and it's going to give you 15% chance to cast level 6 Spike Nova on kill. It's going to give you 20% attack speed, 20 to 40 maximum damage. It will add 300 to 450 poison damage over 1 second, 100 to 120% enhanced damage, 5 to 10 chance of crushing blow, slow target 20%, plus 1 life regenerated per second based on your character level, so it will go up, 200 to life, 10% to magic find. This one's a little bit better The next few that are coming up will be even better than this one. So up next we have one that I actually like a lot. This one is called Stardust. Now this one is harder to make because you need runes that you're only going to be able to get in specific areas to actually make this rune word, and those will be a Taha, which is not a normal rune, as I'm sure you already know, a Jaw rune, which is normal, and a Core. So a Core rune, Qor, is actually a rune that for some reason it barely ever drops for me. So for me, that is a very expensive rune. I will make this if I have to, if I'm a Boazon, but usually if I'm playing a Amazon in Median XL, I'm playing a Javazon because they absolutely shred and destroy everything in their path. If you've never played Median XL and you want a recommendation on what class to play, I would definitely say if you want to play a class that's easier than most, then you should definitely be playing as the Amazon. What it's going to give you is 2% chance to cast level 52 Singularity on kill, a 2% chance to cast level 61 Meteor Shower on kill. That's from like all these rocks fall from the sky basically. It's going to give you, it adds a 57 to 69 damage. It adds 1 to 500 fire damage. It adds 1 to 500 lightning damage. It adds 1 to 500 cold damage. Negative 15 to 20 to enemy elemental resistances. This is why I like this right here. There's a few more, but let me get into this real quick. 15 to 20 to negative enemy elemental resistances is freaking fantastic. I wish we had more of that in old school Diablo 2, especially because I feel like we really need it. I know for some reason the people who created Diablo 2 Reimagined feel that we don't need the Sunder Charms. They actually, if you haven't noticed, they got rid of Sunder Charms. There are no Sunder Charms in Diablo 2 Reimagined. And to be 100% real with you, I kind of didn't like the response I got when I asked about it, because I asked them about it, and their response in the Discord was just basically get more skillers. Which, okay, I mean, I get it. You know, if I had a bunch of skillers, yeah, I'd probably be powerful enough to overpower the demons anyways, and it wouldn't really matter. But I don't know. I personally like Sunder Charms, so I guess it's to each their own, right? And you're also going to get 200% enhanced damage. You get 5% deadly strike, and you also get 21 to 30% to your dexterity, which you will need if you are an Amazon. So all in all, Stardust is a really good rune word. Up next, you're also going to have a rune word called Hornet. Now for this one, you need an enhanced rune called Aham. That's just H, or it's just an Am rune with an H thrown in there, and 2 Vex runes. And what you will get for that is 40% cast speed. It will add 100 to 125 damage. It adds 25 to 50 poison damage over 1 second. It adds 172 to 200% enhanced damage, 25 to 29 to arrow swarm, 30 to 35 to your dexterity, and poison resistance of plus 40%. So that is actually relatively high. But in my opinion, this rune word is nowhere near as beneficial to you as Stardust. So I don't understand why this one is considered to be above Stardust when in all reality, I really 100% think the Stardust is way outshines Hornet. And if you're also a medium player and you disagree with me, please let me know why, because that negative enemy elemental resistance is really, in my opinion, is one of the best stats you can have in the entire game, regardless of what version of the game you're playing. So up next is Amok. I don't have any idea why they named it that, but that is the literal name. You're reading it right here on screen. What you need for that is a Gore. So it's a G-U-R. I might have mispronounced it. That's another enhanced rune. That is, so enhanced runes, if you didn't know for some reason, if somehow, some way you made it this deep into this video, right, without knowing what enhanced runes are, they're basically a rune level of all the runes, like it's like a whole tier above all the other runes. So it starts over. There's like 33 normal runes in Diablo 2. And in Median XL, right, there's something along the lines of 70 something if you include all the other, not just enhanced runes, but like rune stones and like Tahas and cores, and then also you can get elemental rune stones too. So they're just a whole tier above, and that's what Gore is. So you also will need an rune and a Burr rune, but don't feel like there's no chance you'll ever get that, because the higher runes have a much higher rate of drops on there. So I mean, you're gonna find them. You're gonna find them all the time. I've seen meme pictures of someone playing Median XL where he just had like 50 jaws all around him because he found so many jaw runes. And that's because a jaw rune is actually pretty much considered a low rune in Median XL. So what you will get for that though is 3% chance to cast a level 17 gift of Inner Fire on kill. You also get 90% attack speed, -25 to enemy lightning resistance, plus 200 enhanced damage, -25 to enemy cold resistance, 34 to 39 to tantrum, slow target 5 to 10%, elemental resist 10%, and +5 life on striking, which just means when you hit them with an arrow, you also get +5 life every time you hit somebody with one of your arrows. So that one I do think deserves to be in the spot where it is at the end of the list here. And if I was a bowmancer, oh no, I'm sorry, if I was a Boazon, I would probably be trying to get that one. So I think that actually is positioned properly. So since we're here, you know what, we're just going to keep on going. Let's go ahead and talk about crossbows. So the first crossbow rune word is going to be Sting. And for that, all you need is a tier rune. You can equip this and make this rune word at level 10. It gives you 25% attack speed, 40 to 50% enhanced damage, 1% reanimate as random monster, 5 to 10% gold find. And that's it. Let me make sure here. Yeah, that looks like to be it. So that's pretty weak. Nothing really too special, but you can make that. If for some reason you only want to use a crossbow, go ahead and throw that one on there. And you still won't be happy because you probably shouldn't just use a crossbow. But anyways, let's go on to the next one, Tartarus. And for that one, you're going to need a Burr rune, a Cham rune, and a Foul rune. So a little more expensive than a Tur rune, but definitely doable. It should not be very hard at all for you to find those. And for this one, you're going to get a 5% chance to cast level 42 Mind Ripple on kill. You're going to have 20% attack speed. You're going to get 0.75 to maximum damage. That will be based on your character level. 172 to 200% enhanced damage. You will get slow target 10%. You will also get 15 to 20% to strength, 5% to dexterity, maximum mana increase by 5%, fire resist of 100%, lightning resist of 100%, and also 101 to 150 life after each kill. Now, 100% fire resistance and lightning resistance might sound very, very high, but the name of the game in Median XL is to actually raise your caps. If you are going to the Dimensional Labyrinth and you don't have at least at bare minimum, guys, if you're listening to this, please, for the love of God, listen to me. If you've never been to the Dimensional Labyrinth and you go in there with anything below 85 to your elemental resistances, please understand that you are about to get demolished, because you are. Good luck. Like, I'm telling you, that one, and also your physical resist are the two areas you need to focus on before you go to the Dimensional Labyrinth. The Dimensional Labyrinth is nothing to like take lightly. I'm telling you. I'm just trying to warn you, man. You know, like, if you're this deep into this video, you know exactly what I'm talking about because you're an actual player of Median XL. So you know what? Screw it. Why don't we just go on and see how much we can get done, huh? Next up, we're going to be talking about one-handed swords. So the first rune word for one-handed swords is going to be Crescent Moon. And for Crescent Moon, you're going to need a Jaw, a Gull, and an Eld rune. You will get 2% chance to cast level 1 Devastation on kill. 75% attack speed. It will add 40 to 50 to 75 to 85 damage, 155 to 175 enhanced damage. So you will get enhanced damage, and it will add that extra damage also, kind of like grief. It kind of works like grief. So you'll also get after that 1 to 5% chance of crushing blow, 30 to 40 to all attributes, elemental resist of 11 to 15%, plus 1 life on striking, 15 to 20% weapon damage taken, restores mana. After that, the next rune word is going to be Lunar Fury. And for this one, you will need a Zod rune, a stone rune, and if you don't know what that is, that's the elemental runes I was telling you guys about a little while ago. Also, you will need a Zol rune. And for this one, it is a druid only one-handed sword. So keep that in mind. This is only for druids. Okay? You're going to get 200% enhanced weapon damage. You will get negative 3% weapon physical damage per 1% lost mana. You will get 3 to 4 druid skill levels, 55% attack speed. It will add 5 to 10 damage. It also adds 95 to 150 to 170 damage, 171 to a 200 enhanced damage, 171 to 200 enhanced damage, 5% chance of crushing blow. You will get 20 to 40 to all attributes. You will also get 80 to mana. You will regenerate mana 15 to 25%. You will get physical resist of 5% and also plus 15 life after each kill. This is a great rune word, especially in Median XL. If it was in original Diablo 2, it would be broken as all hell, but in Median, it's good. So up next, we have Minefield, and this will be the last one for one-handed swords. And to make Minefield, you will need a fire rune, you will need a Tur rune, not a TIR Tur rune, and a TYR, the enhanced version Tur rune, a Rao rune, and an Ohm rune. And for doing that, you are going to get, if you have 95% fire resist, you will get plus 50% fire spell damage. So a little while ago, I was talking about upping your max elemental resistances. This is another great example of why you need to do that. So you have to have 90% fire resist to get this first affix of 50% fire spell damage. Not 80, not 85, not original 75, 90. If you do not have 90% fire resist, you will not get that affix, so just be aware. Also, it will give you 40% hit recovery. It will give you 25 to 30% fire spell damage. It will give you negative 60% to enemy fire resistances, which is effing huge. Negative 60% to enemy fire resistances? Holy crap, man. I think now you see why this one is so expensive. Although a Tur rune, the enhanced version, again TYR, actually isn't too hard to find. I think if I open up Median right now, I probably have at least 3 or 4 of those. So it's not that bad. This is very doable. The only hard part when it comes to this rune word would be getting those max fire resistances up to 90%. So after that, you also get fire resist of 30%. You get fire absorb 1 to 2%, and you get attacker takes fire damage of 400 to 500%. And that's it for the one-handed swords. Up next, let's just go ahead and go through the one-handed axes, shall we? So the first one is going to be Sabertooth. And to make Sabertooth, you will need a Sur rune and a Gold rune. And what you will get for Sabertooth is 80% attack speed, 9 to 17 life stolen per hit, 144 to 171 enhanced damage, 152 strength, weapon physical damage plus 1.2. I'm not going to finish the rest of that. It's based on character level. Regenerate mana 15%. So, not that bad. I'm assuming you would probably be a druid if you're trying to make this one. I've never once made Sabertooth. It's kind of ironic though now that I think about it, because isn't there it's either a unique or it might actually be a rune word named Sabertooth in Diablo 2 Reimagined. One of the main reasons why I like Diablo 2 Reimagined is I feel like there are a lot of similarities between Diablo 2 Reimagined and Median XL. For example, the whole punching sockets with jewels thing, that's straight from Median XL too. Like you could do that in Median XL, what, like 8 years ago? You know, so and now it's in Reimagined. So I find it kind of funny sometimes when people are like, "Holy crap, I can put sockets into my armor now," you know, because I can use these jewels to punch. Yeah, we could do that 8 years ago at minimum, probably longer, because I'm pretty sure it didn't start with Median XL. But anyways, let's just continue. Up next, we have one called Kodak. And now for this, you will need an L rune, a Gull rune, and a Sur rune. And you will have 70% attack speed. Idol of Scott's Glen cooldown reduced by 2 seconds. You will get 21 to 52 minimum damage, 11 to 25% life stolen per hit, 141 to 170% enhanced damage, 11 to 25 chance of crushing blow. You will get +3 to all attributes. Weapon physical damage of 0.625%, and that's based on your character level. You will also get regenerate mana plus 15%. So all in all, that's a relatively decent one too. Up next, and the last one for the one-handed axes, is going to be Instinct. And Instinct, you will need a Fire rune, which again is another one of those elemental runes that I've been telling you about. A Gur rune, which is the not GIR, but the GUR, the enhanced rune version. Another Tur rune, one more time, TYR, not TIR, enhanced rune version, and a Zod rune. And for this, yeah, see, I had to figure, I kind of figured these were all for druids because it says right here on this Runeword, +6 to druid skill levels. You get +40 to 60% bonus damage to Mark of the Wild. You get 18 to 20% bonus elemental damage to Mark of the Wild. So you get bonus elemental damage and just bonus damage, I guess. Okay, that's a little redundant, but you also get 110% attack speed. You get 150 to 250% bonus to attack rating. You get 45 to 55 to fire spell damage. I love this one right here. You get -50% to enemy fire resistance. And I know I was just gushing about that, so I'm not going to do it again, but I think we all understand that that's great. And now this one is even better than that. Somehow, you get physical resist 10 to 15%. You're also going to get 215 to 265 life after each kill. Now I'm going to back up for just a second and talk about physical resist. Physical resist in Median XL is so important. You need to find ways to get your physical resist up. Now, for some characters, for example, the assassin, there's natural ways to do that through your skill trees. But for most characters, you can't just up your physical resistance. So anything that you find that will up your physical resistance has to be the most valuable affix in the entire game. Physical resistance and magic resist even more are so very important. I don't even know how to get magic resistance, to be 100% honest with you guys, man. Like, and I've been playing Median XL for years, and I never have been able to get magic resist. Maybe because I prefer to play as either a barbarian or an assassin when I'm playing Median XL, and maybe those classes just don't get that for some reason. I don't know, maybe because they're too tanky or something like that. But if you don't get the physical resist up at least a little bit, then again, by the time you start doing all of your bosses and your rifts and all that, then you're not really going to stand a chance unless you're so overpowered that you can kill them in one hit. Man, there's this one where I think it's like the Shadow of the Damned or something like that. I can't remember the exact name. I could go and figure it out, but I'm lazy. But it's this one where you go to this realm where there's all these zombies chasing you. And if they touch you, they basically explode and do hella damage to you. And you have to run through the level and hope that you can find like the boss that's in that level. There's 2 of them. And the one you're really trying to find is going to give you a charm The other one you can't really fight until like level 125. Sorry, I cannot remember their names right now. Again, I'm sure I could go in here and find it, but I'm just too damn fucking lazy. But I hate that one, man. And physical resist though will help you. Magic resist will help you in that level because it's almost like a race. Like you have to race to the guy, kill him, and then he will drop his charm. And even then, I have literally killed that dude, and then I saw the charm drop. But because I wasn't fast enough, the zombies were able to catch up to me. They grabbed me and exploded, and I didn't even pick up the charm before I died. And I was so freaking pissed, man. Because back then, if I remember correctly, there was cooldowns on that level. So I couldn't just go back in because the cooldown had expired. You know, so what I mean by that is like there's a time limit. You have to do it within like 30 seconds, right? And if it's been 30 seconds and you didn't get it, you can't go back in. So I was just screwed, and there was no way for me to go there and get it. So don't be me. I'm just saying, like, don't be me, guys. Screw it. Let's just keep on going, huh? So let's talk about Scythes. There is literally only one rune word for Scythes. I cannot pronounce that. I guess I'll try for you guys. Atlakamani. Something like that. Atlakamani. Okay. For this one, you're going to need a Vex rune, you're going to need an Ist rune, and an rune. And what it will give you is innate tri-elemental damage of 52% of your dexterity. So you will get, I think it's lightning, fire, and cold resist equal to 52% of your dexterity. So if you have a lot of dexterity, obviously that's going to go really high. If you have barely any dexterity, then it's not going to do that much for you. So after that, you're going to get 75% to attack speed. You're going to get 15% cast speed. And it will add 250 to 350 magic damage. You also get 11 to 15% mana stolen per hit. And you will get 138 to 154 enhanced damage. 7 to 9 to Medusa, which is an ability you can get. 3 to 5% chance of crushing blow. You get 41 to 60 to strength. 41 to 60 to dexterity. Elemental resist of 10% and 10% magic find. So yeah, it's pretty worth it to make that around level 68 or 70. Now there are some uniques that are going to completely destroy that, but at that level, unless you got really, really lucky, you probably don't have access to those yet. Yeah, so you know, it is what it is. Let's see, what have we covered today? We've done scythes, we've done one-handed axes, one-handed swords, crossbows, and bows. Yeah, we just covered a pretty big chunk right here. I think I will call it today. This will be the end of the second video. And on the third video, we will go ahead and pick up with daggers. And again, I'm not really expecting there to be much traffic on these. I know not everybody is just an affix whore like I am, but I do know that some people enjoy these kind of videos. And for you, that guy out there that's like me who really likes to listen to this stuff because they find it interesting, if nothing else, than to just cross-reference rune words with each other, and hell, maybe even start trying to memorize some of these. I don't blame you. I've tried to do that, at least for the assassin ones. Then here you go, man. I hope you enjoy. Hope you find the playlist, and hopefully at some point it's gonna end up being like a 5.5 hour video. You can just turn that on while you're cleaning something all day and just have a good day. So if I hope you have a good day, appreciate y'all, and I'll talk to you next time. Late.